Hello and welcome to the Flourishing Center podcast. I'm Emiliya Zhivotovskaya, your host and founder of the Flourishing Center. We are training the change agents of the world and equipping them with research-based tools for healthy, happy, and successful living. And we're so grateful that you're here.
This is your Flourishing Friday, where every Friday we bring you a positive psychology-based life hack that'll help you to thrive. We look at real-life application of positive psychology while giving you different strategies, tips, and steps to put the science into practice.
Thanks for listening, and let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome to another Flourishing Friday. Today we're going to talk about how to help you stop deserving love. Now, first you might think to yourself, well, doesn't everybody deserve love? Of course they do. What I'm talking about is not whether or not you deserve to be loved. It's whether or not you feel like you need to do something in order to be loved. Today's episode came to me as I recently went through an experience at a personal development workshop I was taking. And one of the exercises that the facilitator had us do was fascinating to me. He was helping us work through letting go of some of the shadows that we might be holding inside, healing up some of those ouch places deep inside of our psyche. And the way that we did that was by starting off thinking about what is something that we say to ourselves that hurts us. It's something that we believe might actually stop us from being worthy and deserving of love. And this person encouraged us to actually think of that thing as a statement. So the statement needed to start with, I am. So it could be, I am not man enough, or I am not pretty enough, or I'm not good enough, or any statement that we felt was tied to this idea that because of this thing, I am not worthy or deserving of love. This was a really fascinating exercise for me because I couldn't think of a single statement that would be strong enough for me to say to myself that would induce this feeling that if somebody were to say it to me, that it would humiliate me, because deep down inside, I very much knew that there was nothing I could do that would make me feel unworthy of love. And it made me reflect on the past 15 years of personal development work that I've done and ask myself, what has got me to this point that everyone else around me, there's 40 people in the room, they all have sentences that, if a person said this to them, you're worthless, or you're selfish, or you can't do anything right, that when those people had that statement stated to them, it instantaneously crushed them, or it would crush them. I wasn't able to access that. I did try, and I'll tell you about my experience in trying, because I think this is a phenomenal exercise. And when done in the context of a safe environment, I actually encourage you to try this because it's really, really great psychological reprogramming. And then I'll also tell you about my thoughts on how to heal that part of us that maybe thinks that we're not lovable, and how I went about that. So first, let's look at this exercise. This exercise is based on some really deep psychological work. Many people will argue that many of our ouchies, or places in our lives that we might feel that we are hurt, come from a shadow within us, something deep down inside that maybe at some point in our life we learned that we need to do X in order to get Y, and that Y is usually a sense of comfort, a sense of belonging, and a sense of love. And this facilitator of this workshop did a beautiful job helping set up an exercise that was designed to help desensitize people from that experience in a very, very safe container. And safe is obviously the key word here. So it was set up as you partnered with a person, and one person was going to be the one that would say your statement to you, and your job was just to hear and receive the statement that was your ouchie statement and let it absorb you. It kind of feels a little bit like a bitch slap when you first receive it. And then when you're ready, you say, thank you. Please tell me my statement. And you would keep going for like many minutes with this round of the person who is giving you your statement. They're doing their best to embody the statement, to really feel it, to act as though they really believe this, like you are an idiot or whatever your statement is. And the person receiving is meant to practice hearing the thing that is most vulnerable and sensitive within them, feel it wash through them, breathe through it. And when they're ready, they're in control of it. They say, thank you, do it again. And they understand that this person who's in front of them, that's basically berating them, is doing their best to act as if, so that they could move this through they could be in service of the person who has this wound, has this sore spot within you. And now, mind you, this is not the only way to work through our ouchies. And this has to be set up in a very, very, very strategic way, in a very safe way. And you have to be prepared to support the person. You even have to time it and say, okay, we're going to do this for just 5 minutes or 3 minutes, and really create a very solid parameter around how you're going to do this in order for it to be effective. Many people had mind-blowing experiences, just lots of healing, lots of tears. And again, you're kind of deprogramming little by little this statement. I thought it was really effective. I couldn't think of a statement. I did my best to try to find something because I really wanted to experience the exercise. So I thought, okay, what is a statement that not just something I say to myself, like, Emiliya, you don't get enough done, or you have so much more work you need to do, or what are you doing? You should be working. Like, that's sort of like medium to moderate level mind chatter that I frequently have to say, thank you, brain, but this isn't helpful. I can't work right now. I'm going to give myself the time and space to do something else. But I'm thinking, what else is a statement that if somebody were to say that to me, it was like, ouch, this would hurt. And I couldn't quite get to something that would humiliate me if somebody said it, but it definitely was something that would be painful, which was the statement, Emiliya, you are useless. And that for me was something I discovered many years ago. Firstly, I'm a Capricorn, and we know that we Capricorns were all about doing and being productive and being valuable. And I also learned that that was one of the reasons that I, Emiliya, became a hyper helper, or had this disease to please, was because I definitely went about my life trying to be of service, be of good. That's my highest value. That's my highest priority in this world, is to be of service. But then there were definitely times where over the years I could see where it was not healthy, where it was an overcompensating, trying to be productive so that I could earn my stay on this planet. And how being of use, being a function, was one of the ways that maybe I would become codependent or needing to do things for other people so they would keep me, so that I would be useful. So I went through this exercise with a partner and had a few opportunities to really have a person act out and tell me that I'm useless. And the way that this exercise was set up, it wasn't just one partner. You would actually rotate. And then I had about 6, 7 people over the course of many minutes, just one after the other, tell me, you're useless. And I'd say, thank you. Can I have my prompt? You're useless. Can I have my prompt? And it was a beautiful exercise for me. I just got to stand with, actually feeling really centered and feeling really strong that this sentence is just a thought and it's not my truth. And I don't have to think this or fear this thing anymore. But most importantly, I learned that I don't currently, maybe there's something deep within my psyche that I'm not aware of, which I'm always open to, but currently I can't think of a single thing that would make me feel so strongly inside that this is something that's either wrong or lacking or missing in me, that if people said this or if people knew this about me, that it would make me undeserving of love. And I think that's because for the past many, many, many years, my practice has been one of doing my best to embody love and to be love. And so getting a little more in the esoteric spiritual domain here, it was a realization that I had that I can't do anything to deserve being loved, because by definition, I believe that you, me, and everyone here on this planet, we are here as love. You can't be something and be deserving of that thing at the same time, because deserving means that you are attracting it, you're pulling it, you are deserved, you are being served by it, you are deserving. And when you are already that thing, how or why would you need to be receiving it? Because you are so filled with it. If anything, you are the one giving it. It is an endless ocean of love. And so if we go about this, our day, and we approach our life from this perspective that I am love, that this energy body that I have, this densely packed physical body made up of teeny tiny little strings of vibrating energy, that at my core, I am the energy of love, just densely packed into a body. And that I have a connection with that love within myself, and I don't deserve love. If anything, because I am love, I am in service of love. That I'm here to actually give love to people, so that they also don't have to feel like they have to deserve my love, because they are love. So they don't have to deserve me loving them. I can love them because I have so much love inside me, because I am love, and I can serve my love. So it's in service as opposed to deserving. So just wanted to convey that to you on many levels. So to recap, if you feel like when you go inside yourself, you find a place of ouchie, you find something within yourself that's like, ouch, if this is something that somebody were to say to me, it would crush me. Write that sentence down, be with it. Ask yourself, where is it coming from? And how is this message something that conveyed to you that you would not be deserving of love? And then invite yourself to maybe think, who is somebody in my life, or maybe a small group of people in my life, that I can do this exercise in a very safe container, that you can say to someone you really trust, say, hey, I found that there's a place of ouchie within me, and I would love your help in clearing it. I would love to tell you this sentence that I have in my mind that right now makes me feel like it would sting really badly if somebody said it to me. And I want you to act as though this is true for you, and say it to me. And I'm going to practice receiving it. And after you say it, I will thank you, and I will say, please give me my prompt. And I will keep receiving this until either the timer runs out or the sentence is just nonsense. It no longer means anything for me. And then explore this question. Again, we never know what is true and what is not true, because we as human beings create our own reality. We create our own reality through our thoughts, through our feelings, through our actions. So sometimes it's not really a matter of whether or not this belief system is true or not. It's, does this belief system help me feel the way I want to feel, think the way I want to think, and do what I want to do? And the belief I'm offering today is, you are love. And so therefore, you're not deserving of love. If anything, you can be in service of love. Thanks for listening.
This episode is brought to you by the Positive Education Certification Program. We're calling all school teachers, grades K through 12, to learn how to teach skills for happiness, resilience, and academic tenacity to children. Empowered teachers build thriving students. Learn more about our comprehensive model at positiveeducator.org.
Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. I want to encourage you to tell us, what would you love to hear more about? Is there an area of positive psychology you would love to get some more information on in terms of the research? Give us a shout out at info@theflourishingcenter.com. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a wonderful, flourishing day.